The body wants what you want. It is not trying to punish you. It is not out to get you. It is simply doing everything it can to get your attention.
Yeah.
It just needs you to take care of it, right? You are
Yeah.
not the body, but you are responsible for the body.
Yes. And I really like that relationship that you're pointing out there, that you are responsible for your body. And I invite people to take up that mantle of responsibility to be the sovereign and to be in partnership with the body instead of an adversarial role. And, I speak from experience. I was in an adversarial role for many, many years. Why can't you have more energy? Why are you giving me this pain? You're blocking me from doing something I want to do. But I like to say that this is a Ferrari body, and I just didn't get the manual when I came out. So I've been
Right.
learning what is that manual, and everybody's manual is different. Certainly, there's main themes for the human body that are similar, and you and I, we can help people understand what those similar themes are. But at the end of the day, you really, as your own sovereign, have to take responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's so crucial now more than ever that people remember that they are the sovereign authority over their body. It was not given to them by by an agency. It cannot be
Yeah,
taken by an agency. It was granted to you by what I see as that divine being, that divine consciousness. So you already have the approval that you need.
yeah,
Everybody else who's trying to tell you what to do with your body is just standing in the way from where I come from. And my relationship with my body was I decided a couple years ago, no more middlemen. Like it is me and my body, and I'm not putting anybody or anything between that relationship. And I get to decide who's on my team of support. I get to decide who I listen to. All opinions are valid, but not all opinions are valuable. So I decide, like, do I believe what this person is saying? Do I want to allow them to do this to my body?
yeah, completely.
So what would you say, if someone's listening to this and they are saying, this sounds really wonderful, but how do I figure that out? How do I know what's my body and what's my mind or what's an illness or what? Like, how would you offer to someone to begin to kind of unravel those threads so that they can begin to reclaim their relationship?
Yeah, I think, and just to let people know, this is what a doctor might ask for you to write down a symptom journal. So it's not something wild that we're throwing out there. This is actually a practice that is very helpful and brings attention to what's happening in your life. And I really like the attention around food, because something that's everyone has signals coming from their body both before and after a meal. So if you might just tune in, how am I feeling before this meal? Am I actually hungry? Or am I desiring comfort or soothing or just a break? And so I'm sitting down to have something. Or am I feeling signals of hunger? And then how do you feel after the meal? And it could be helpful to write these down. It could be helpful to make some sort of recording so you can, over time, begin to learn that language. And you mentioned eating for comfort versus eating for your body. I like to call that the wobble. So if people come against situations where they get a signal but they don't follow it and they feel discouraged or they start criticizing themselves, I've definitely been there. But just have some compassion for yourself. It's a wobble. It's a learning process, just like getting on a bike and taking off those training wheels. When you first get going in that sovereign self of riding that bike with two wheels, it's going to take a little effort. It's going to take a little practice, and you might lean over, you might fall over, but over time, you're going to get better and better at riding that bike.
Yeah. Yeah, and what you said is so key because all we have to do is decide that we're ready for a new relationship. That's it. That is the pivot. And I want people to take this away that your body is always listening. So the minute that you stop and go, I just like an easier relationship with my body, or a little more comfortable, or a little less scary, or fuzzy, or foggy, or confusing, or whatever, when you set that intention, the body immediately begins to respond. So, and like you said, like riding a bike, it's like any other skill, but the beauty of is when you're learning the skill, your body is learning it too. The nervous system and the balance and the inner ear and the sight and all the things that go into the probably trillions of things that are happening while you're just doing the simple act of learning how to ride a bike, that's your body learning too. And what I would offer people as they begin this journey of really reconnecting with the wisdom of their body is take a moment and get objective about how your relationship with your body really is. And the way that you can do this is imagine that your body is a friend outside of you. How would you describe your relationship? Are they a frenemy? Are they someone that you trust? Are they someone that is always there to support you? Are you not really sure? Is it a little bit fraught? Do you feel like there's some tension? Is it passive aggressive? Like it sort of is in the beginning for me anyway, was kind of going into couples counseling with my body and realizing like, look, we're in this together because you need me and I need you in order for this human thing to happen. So I just got really, really honest about what I was expecting my body to do or not do or be or not be. And that was one of the most profound moments of my journey over the past 12 years was really coming to a very clear and objective understanding of, oh, I haven't been the kindest to my body. And I consider myself to be a healthy person. And I think, relatively speaking, I am, but still, even I was like in this cage match with my body, like, God, why are you broken? Why didn't you do what I want? And I just was maxing it out over and over and over and not paying attention.
Yeah.
And finally, when I did, the body was like, thank you. Thank you for finally stopping to ask me what I want.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope that people can take away at least one thing, and I know that they will, of how to begin to consciously connect with their body. And what I would say is if anybody has any questions or has anything that you would like for us to discuss, please feel free to either drop it in the comments or you can find my email address and the link below on my link tree. There's an email form because we're just getting started with this series and I can't wait to see what we uncover next.
Me too.
Awesome. Thanks, doctor.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.